Hi everyone, welcome again to Middle Age Earth. I'm Randy.
And I'm John.
And today we're going to talk about a day that's very special to us, which is today, June 17th, because 6 years ago today we were legally married in the lovely state of California.
It was in Long Beach, right? We went down to the courthouse after we had saw on the news that they were going to allow gay marriage. The moment that it was legal, we headed down to the courthouse in Pomona. And we went right into the courthouse, and everybody felt like they were doing something that might get them in trouble. Everybody had that kind of look on their face like, are you here to get married? Are you here to get married? Is this the right line to be in? So that was kind of fun. We thought we would get married at the courthouse. We just got in the car, headed back home, and looked on the internet.
Right.
And that's when we saw that the Long Beach Gay and Lesbian Center was doing free weddings. And you just had to head down there.
You're like, hey, we got the very first appointment. It's at noon, I think it was, or 11:30 or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. And so in our minds, you know, we've been together since October of 1999. And so, you know, when this whole moment happened where we could get married, it was very quick for us. It wasn't, you know, we weren't thinking it was going to be some big wedding day or whatever. We already considered ourselves married to each other. I mean, we've been in a committed relationship at that point for, you know, what, 9 years.
There was just this sort of sense of hurry up and do it before they changed their mind. That was the basic feeling that we had about doing it. We wanted to take our son, Sean, and even his friend Kevin was there at the time. But I was concerned that there could be some things going on that could be upsetting to them with us getting married. There could have been people protesting in front of the Gay and Lesbian Center.
And on top of that, we really thought that we were just going to go in, there was going to be a quick little, you know, ceremony, and that would be that. It ended up being a little bit more than what we had thought.
Yeah.
I think specifically because we were the first couple there, so there was media there, we were being interviewed, and the minister there, whose name was Sunshine Day, it was just wonderful. She was great, and it was like a whole ceremony where there were people there, and it was the full thing. We met with Sunshine Day ahead of time and talked about each other so she could put all of that into part of the ceremony. In retrospect, obviously we would have wished we had taken Sean, because I wish he would have been there for that, because there weren't any of the protests. And then the ceremony ended up being far better and bigger and more memorable and beautiful to us than what we had expected.
Yeah, it was kind of one of these weird things where you get there and it's totally different than what you think. Although it is a little bit surreal, there are all these gay teenagers there. And right. It was so funny when we did our I do's and we kissed, they're like, that's it? That's the kiss? Because, you know,
we're very conservative.
We were just there, and there was reporters there, they were taking pictures, and we didn't really know anybody there. It was just us, and everybody else was pretty much a stranger.
They were all strangers.
So it was hard to really feel really relaxed and have like a soap opera moment. So
right.
So but no, it turned out really nice, because they did have like a little like a stage that you stood up upon, and then they had flowers, and then the kids were all watching us, and they were all excited. And the reporters that were there, they were really nice. They took our picture and interviewed us, so that was fun. And we were the first ones to get married. After we got married, then other couples did come in, and they got married as well. So it was a fun day. The hard part happened after, when we got back. The following days that went on, then Proposition 8 started to heat up, and people were like on the street with picket signs at the street corner near our house, and it was a mess. It was really, really depressing. I'm glad that that's all done with in California now. Has gay marriage. Both the state has it, and the federal government recognizes it as well. So I'm glad that's all in the past, and people aren't having a problem down there.
You know, now here we are in Nevada, so we moved here 4 years ago, and Nevada does not have gay marriage, so we're technically not legally married here. They do have domestic partners, but again, it's not marriage, it's not the same thing, so we just have to wait diligently and patiently for the court process to occur, I think, for marriage to be legal here. It's a very weird situation for as a married couple to be in, to move someplace else, and we're not married. Even though, you know, like straight people, no matter where they move in the country, they're married no matter where they go.
And I think it's funny that a lot of young people, when they decide to get married, they really just think about the basic stuff about, oh, I'm in love with this person, and I want to spend the rest of my life with them, and I want my family to make sure they support me, and we're in a stable relationship. So that's the main thing they think of when they get married. But there's so many other levels of things you don't think about, because once you're married 5 years and 10 years and 15 years and 20 years, you accumulate a lot of stuff, and so you want to make sure that that's not going to be taken away from your spouse if something happens to the other one, because you both work so hard to do whatever you decided to accomplish. Okay, so that's all the serious stuff. And then when we decided to get married, we went out and did we get these rings when we were going to get married?
We got our rings.
Or did we get them when we got it? Did we get them? I think we got these rings when we decided that we were going to make a commitment to each other. And didn't we go? Yeah.
It was at Zales.
Yeah, and then we went to Zales and we just went shopping.
Pretty, aren't they? So, you know, fast forward today, it's 2014 now, and even though the struggles continue to occur across the nation in terms of equality, it's still such a different place than it was, I know, when we were teenagers. I think, you know, 20 years ago, it was such a different environment, and, you know, one of these days we'll go into our own coming out stories and the struggles that we had. But it's so nice today to see that it's a much better environment. Certainly, it's not where it needs to be. I think that's a struggle with any minority, but it's so nice to see the teenagers, you know, sharing their love stories on YouTube and holding hands in the streets, and so that's just something that, you know, we wouldn't have seen 20 years ago. So I think that's our sharing of our story and of our anniversary and our thoughts. We just wanted to kind of share what we were thinking, and, you know, our 6 years together and what it was like when we got married and how it's been since. And
yeah, and if you guys have any stories you want to share, just go ahead and post them in the comments section, and we'd love to hear your stories as well.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary. All right, love you guys.
All right.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.